Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We are live on Twitch and YouTube. Just search at Tom and Dan Live. If you would like to watch the video component of this show, like and subscribe. It certainly helps out a lot.
Jeff Howell's here. How you doing, Jeff?
Tom and Dan, how y'all doing? EJ, how you doing, buddy?
EJ is also here.
Don't mention me. Jeff Howell's more important
Jeff
than I am,
Howell's
for
here,
sure.
man. We haven't seen Jeff Howell in forever, and he's
beer.
drinking a Tom and Dan Corporate Time Red Lager.
That's a great beer.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Hourglass Brewery.
And EJ's here because he had off for Veterans Day. Which,
You're not a
don't do
veteran.
anything.
Why are you off? Get to work.
I know.
Now, are you a veteran?
No.
No, he's not. I've
No,
seen the
I'm not gonna
commercials, and
false valor.
Gronk is always trying to get the
Dudes on dudes.
No,
I wanna
Gronk
be on
is
that.
trying to get.
He jumped out of a helicopter this weekend.
He's trying to get the what is it? He wants to.
AA?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he wants to get like the military bank.
No,
No,
it's
no.
insurance.
Yeah, or whatever it is, and then everybody's like, "You can't get it, Gronk. You're an idiot." You know. Have you seen those commercials?
Yeah.
Oh, for the military,
USAA.
they play up to the military.
Yeah. Well, it's like I always thought it was like a military. Like, is it insurance? I don't even know what
I think it is
It's
the
insurance.
insurance.
I just know that military people say to me, they're like, "You can't have it." I'm like, "Well, that makes me want it."
Thanks.
You know,
Same thing.
anything
Yeah.
I'm told I can't
Exactly.
have, I'm
I'm
like,
the
"God
same way.
damn, I want that so
And
bad."
then you're like, well, how good is it? And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
it turns out it's like not that
No,
good.
not that good. Yeah.
Not that good.
It's a little bit good, but it should be way better
It should
for
be.
military
Yeah.
only.
Oh my
How do
god.
they decline anything if you're a veteran? God.
I know, right? Well, perfect tie-in.
Well, thank you to all the veterans out there.
Yeah.
And I thought about this on Veterans Day, that if you have someone in your life that has fought in a war,
Mm-hmm.
like, and is willing to talk about it, like, I remember talking to my pop-up in
Have
his
them
garage.
tell you the gory details.
What, what I remember like sitting in his garage and he like was telling me about World War II.
What was it like burning down a village?
And it was, I mean, it's crazy to hear
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
an experience like that, because I can't even begin to relate to it except for movies.
Yeah.
And then you hear people tell it firsthand. It is nuts.
Yeah, the people you love. And the other thing is, we back in the Monster Day before you were on it. We had a congressional.
What the hell this guy's talking about? Are you having a stroke?
Congressional. What was his name? Sammy
Davis. He
Said
had
we
the
had the Congressional Medal of Honor winner,
yeah.
and he came on the show, and so it was a big deal. And he told his story, and as he was telling his story, I'm going, "There's no way this could be real. There's no," because it was so fantastic.
And you challenged him right there. You're like, these are.
Wasn't it amazing?
Why are you
Crazy.
exaggerating?
Yeah, but
I
I-
remember he did sell. He said his lifeless body fell to the bottom of some
Yeah.
body of water.
Yeah.
And then he said he could feel the heat from the shell casings
Yeah.
on his feet. And I remember thinking, no, you couldn't. You couldn't feel the shell casings. You could feel the heat on your feet. I don't know.
Yeah, but if you go and read the book of Congressional Medal, every one of them reads like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like if you put it in a movie, you'd go, "Oh, this is way too
Yeah,
much."
Over the top. Yeah.
But,
And I
and I'm not
believe-
saying I don't believe
And
it.
I could be wrong, but I believe that his was used
Forrest Gump.
for Forrest Gump.
He's
really?
going in and getting the
yeah,
people out.
getting
In
his
Vietnam.
friends to come back when
Yeah,
he was injured.
that
yeah.
was Sammy Davis.
Yeah.
I got to meet that guy. Like, I
Oh,
don't
he's a
know,
great guy. And
6
listen,
or
I do
7
believe
times.
him. I do believe I don't get
Yes.
beat up by a bunch of.
EJ does not believe him, and that's why you two are here today. We're going to do the first
He's
ever.
bigger than
Devil's
me. He
advocate.
can
We're
take
going to
care
do
of
a
himself.
debate. We're going to do a Sammy Davis debate on whether or not it happened or no. But no, he was a super nice guy. And I
Yeah, they
remember,
were great.
I also remember seeing a Congressional Medal of Honor in person is kind of weird and cool. It's like seeing the
Or a Purple
Lombardi Trophy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like you're like looking at it. You're like, whoa, that's wild, man. Very like you're detached from it.
Yeah.
So Jeff Howell,
Yes.
how have you been doing?
I've been doing great. As of, I would say, a month and a half ago, I am officially semi-retired.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Wow, man.
It feels great.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I
What does
wanna
that
a-
even mean?
Yeah.
Oh, semi-retired?
Yeah. Like I can't even think of you not playing. So
Yeah.
like, explain to us like what that means for you.
Well, what happened is for the last 3 years, since my son with the airplane thing fell through because he has serious depression and anxiety, and you can't fly. They will not, if you're diagnosed, you can't touch the wheel of an airplane.
Yeah,
so
I know. I've been told that many times. About, no, seriously. Like I thought one day I was like, I'd love to fly a helicopter.
Yeah.
And helicopter people would email me and they're like, yeah, you can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, just hide it.
So,
Yeah, like everything else.
Yeah, just keep
Well,
it a
they
secret.
Hide everything. Remember when we used to hide everything?
Yes.
Everything. Intelligence level, sexuality, everything. Hide it all.
Yeah.
but he so when he came back, he didn't really know what to do, and I just said, well, look. This is all I know how to do is play music, entertain.
Yeah.
I said, why don't you just come up and start playing with me, see if you like it, and if it seems like something you want to do, we'll start working on getting you to where you can do it by yourself and make a nice little career for yourself. And so he did for 3 years, and I told him a year ago, I said, at the end of this year, I said, I'm going to, I'm just going to retire, and I'm going to give you all my gigs. And so I've handed over not all of them, but most of them.
Yeah.
And I still have a few commitments I got to do.
Sure.
But after January 1st, I've got a couple of bookings, but, just yearly bookings like the Manatee Festival and things like that.
Is it weird is there any, like you're not a very nervous person like I am. I've always come to you for advice and you're always like very honest and like just, you seem to have your S together.
Well, I feel like it.
Are you scared at all? Like, is there
For him?
Yeah, for you.
Oh, no.
Is there any anxiety in there whatsoever?
No.
Now
I'm
for
loving
him,
I did have anxiety about him because he has anxiety.
Gotcha.
But about 3 or 4 months ago, he was just ripping it on guitar. He sing. If you hear his voice, you're going to go, that can't be Jeff Howell's kid. He can actually sing.
Yeah, he's really good.
And his mom can't sing either. So something's happening there.
Just
Skips a
molecules
generation.
lined up.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just lines up.
But he's got a beautiful voice. But anyway, I was worried about him getting out there in front of people by himself with the anxiety. He told me 4 months ago. Well, when 4 months ago, I asked, I said, "What happened, man? It's like you just come out of your shell." And he's just dead. He goes, "Dad, I woke up 6 months before that." He goes, "I just said I'm not going to give an S anymore." And I went, "That is the secret of life. That is." Except when I'm talking to you.
What is the S we're speaking of here?
Yeah, okay. Well, you can dump stuff, but I don't want you to have to do a
not
bunch
caring is like you and I struggle with that sometimes. You come in here and a lot of times the better you are is when you're not inhibited by that fear of what you look like or what you sound like or any of that.
Especially with art. But then if you're thinking like in business, you have to care. And then then you're driving yourself crazy. And
they're two different disciplines.
It is. Yeah. I can do them both. No big deal. All right, keep going.
But anyway, he's killing it. And so a month and a half ago, he did his first gig by himself. Well, Tom the Bomb played with the sax player, but they played House of Blues, and he secured the gig at House of Blues. So he's playing there once a week.
Nice.
And then he's taking over my gigs slowly but surely. He's doing Wakaiva now. He's doing Mama Romano's and so the whiskey. So.
Who's doing the woodshed? Are you still doing the woodshed?
Yeah, the woodshed?
Yeah.
I love the woodshed.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Ding dongs everywhere. Look at all those big, long, unworkable ding dongs.
They don't bother me
Jeff,
anymore.
No.
This is the American dream you're describing right now.
Yeah.
You're
handing the baton. You're passing the baton, man.
You built a small...
We can't do that.
You built a small business, and now you're handing it over to your son.
Yeah.
Like a plumber would do. Like you have a bunch of accounts. You
Andrea's
train
dad
him.
wanted to do with his insurance company. He's going to hand it over to either her brother John or to Andrea. It didn't go that way, but so I think that is the American dream. This is wild, man.
The second gig that he did was at the Whiskey, and we had a good crowd there. A bunch of family and people that he knows.
Sure.
And I said, ladies and gentlemen, the reins. The business, I turn it over to Casey, and he looks at my $1,200 worth of equipment on stage. He goes, "The empire is mine."
Yeah. This is like a really sad Game of Thrones. I know, right? It's like the king is passing on. The kingdom. Does he get the dogs? Do you give him?
You know what? Here's the thing: when you can sing, you don't have to be funny. I had to be funny.
Really? See, I always loved your voice.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you're in a minority. You are.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I'll accept that.
It's gotten better though. So.
Yeah.
Now, are you playing at all? Or okay, so there's still some gigs. And
yeah. Like I did a party Saturday, and it was me, it was Casey, it was Tom the Bomb, and Rick Bailey flew down for the guy flew Rick Bailey down for the party
Rick
too.
Bailey rips.
Oh, he's awesome.
That guy's an amazing musician.
Yeah.
And so, when did you make this decision? Was it when Casey was like, when you saw, you're like, oh, I could pass because without your son doing it, then you would still be doing it.
I need to keep working. Yeah, and see, I actually went longer than I wanted to. I've been wanting to do this for a couple of years.
Yeah.
But I needed to keep working to get money in his pocket, to keep him working.
Yeah.
And so I worked. I played longer than it did. So I put this off long. But we went to Ireland in July. And I said, after the Irish trip, I said, it was 3 weeks. I said, when we come back, I said, we're going to start working on you doing it. And he was ready. I mean, he goes, let's do it, Dad. I'm ready. So, yeah.
God, that's so cool, man.
I know.
I can't imagine doing that. Like, it would be a dream of mine to, like, hand this over to Maisie and, like, get her in here. Yeah, that would be so cool.
Did it hurt your feelings at all when you told the business owners that, hey, I'm, my son's going to take over? And they're like, no big deal. After 20 years of working with them?
I think that's what I was trying to ask. He said it so much better than I did, yes.
Every single place did that. Yeah, the Mama Romanos, the owners were friends of mine. They used to come into the Red Dog Pub. They were successful. I was unsuccessful, but they would try to help me the best they could.
Hey, this place is a failing. Let me buy the Red Dog Pub.
And their son runs the business. He's kind of doing the same thing that I did with Casey, but more successful. And so every time I would come in there, we'd play together. Sometimes I would play just by myself, and then I'd bring Casey in just to give him some work, and he'd play. And so every time I would go in by myself, the son would come over to me, and he'd go, hey, where's Casey? And I said, oh, he's watching football today. He goes, oh, Jesus. Every single time.
I was just thinking about, telling. I remember back when I used to work for a bigger company.
Yeah.
I remember someone told me, like, to negotiate, you have to tell them that you're going to leave. Yeah. That's the only way they're going to pay you more.
Yeah, that's true.
And then
you have to be willing to walk away.
Yeah, and then they'll give you the money.
Yeah.
And I remember telling a boss, like, I think, I may just walk away, and they're like, okay. And then I'm like, well, maybe not then.
I will tell
I'll
you,
stay.
I'm thinking. I said I was thinking about it.
And you're like, must be not that good.
Yeah, here's the deal. I was told the same thing, probably by the same person. And, we were never paid enough, or what we were worth. Sure. But, it's a business, and and he told me, you got to be willing to walk away. And I go, well, I'm not willing to walk away, because I get so much, advertising for my gigs out of the thing. And we were making decent money at that time. I said, so I don't, but if I had an ace in the hole, if I had like another gig that was offering me money, then you could go up and do that. But the thing in radio is once they let Bo go, when the show was named Russ and Bo, I went, okay, they'll let anybody go at a heartbeat, Yeah. So
that was
it's competitive.
A bit of a tell.
Too. And the other thing is,
and also you cannibalize each other. Like the place starts to
people are willing to do it for free. Everybody's hungry in the entertainment business, and that's what they have. Like because they're like, all right, you want to get paid more? There's a line of people that
built-in incentive there.
They want to do it for free.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you this because we were talking about Bubba a little bit earlier, reminiscing. Well, when he was on the show, there was
he passed away, by the way. I want everyone to know that. Well, a lot of people don't know. That.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know. He's dead, just like my mom and dad. All three of them dead.
When he was on the show with the mom, he was really mad at Daniel and what was then Black Bean. You know, and he
can't say that now. I have to delete that.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
No, I'm fine. No, you're fine. I'm messing around. I'm totally. You can do anything now.
Oh, okay. Good.
I don't know if you know this.
No, I didn't know that.
Anything in the world.
Okay. Well, anyway, so he kept coming up to me. He goes, those little he said, they're trying to get me off the show. They're trying to sabotage and get me off the show. They're trying to force me. I said, Bubba, they're not doing that. Nobody does that. He goes, yes, they do. And I said, no, they don't. He goes, yes, they do, because I did it to Bo. And I went, oh, my God. Well, then you deserve it. God damn. That's a true story, man.
I've never heard that. That's hilarious. He's like, I know they're doing it because I did it.
That's like the husband. You're cheating on me, aren't you? They're like, why are you so suspicious? I think he's right.
Oh, my God. Hey, go ahead.
I was going to talk to him about when I found out you were coming in, Jeff.
Yeah.
Daniel and
This
I were
makes you
talking.
uncomfortable, though, right?
Well,
because you don't know how to gauge it.
So we're about to do a bit play.
We're gonna do a bet.
We're back, baby! On the radio!
Here's the deal. I do have to tell you something.
Please.
The last 3 times I've come on the show, I totally bombed because I.
No, you didn't.
No.
Why
You
you
say
overthink it? You overthink
No, because I
it.
come in and I always do bits. And when I'm doing bits, look, Dan, look at
can
me.
call me Daniel.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
you can call me anything.
When I do bits, when I'm doing my bit and everything, his face goes through.
That's always his face.
And now he's going to do a bit on me, okay? So take your bit and shove it.
Funniest thing he's ever said. Oh my God.
Bubba, you're Bubba.
I am Bubba. I'm proud to be Bubba. When I got to the radio station, I'm like, I want to be this guy. Seriously. I was like, this guy knows.
Don't change drawers right now.
Crazy.
Yeah. I loved him.
He had the most fun of anybody there. Yeah.
Anyway, so I knew Jeff Howell was coming in, so I was like, we need to do a bit. He loves bits.
Yeah,
I'm a bit guy.
We did want to do a bit for you. We did. We did.
So, and then we're like, what bit should we do? And then we're like, wow, let's go over some old Jeff Howell songs. And then Daniel was like, well, Daniel has been.
Well, I know you like IAI, right?
Oh, yeah.
We know that if you go to jeffhowell.com right now, in fact, free shipping on orders over $60, you can buy some of his AI creations and free shipping if you buy a couple of. So you buy 4 of them. You buy 4 of them, you get
free shipping.
Free shipping on that. They're $15 a pop.
Yeah.
So we know that you like AI and you've been dabbling in it. So then we thought that maybe we'd show you how we've been using AI.
Yeah.
And I've been using a lot of AI for like songs.
Yeah.
No,
I haven't done that.
Okay.
But it's amazing what it sounds like.
It's crazy.
And how fast it does it.
Oh,
so we thought we're like, because we were like, let's take Burnout Cadillac.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Do you want to hear some?
Yeah, let's hear some
Here's
Jeff Howell
Burnout
Cadillac.
Oh man, I love that guy.
I was working late one day, feeding out of dust. What did I see? It was a 1962 Coupe de Ville, broke down on Highway 43. The man he was driving.
I haven't heard this in a minute.
Hey, those background vocals, that's Bubba right there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. And if you listen closely, he's saying, I'm trying to get Bo off the show.
Trying to get Bo off the show.
It's just an old burnout Cadillac.
There you go.
So
there's a little Jeff Howell burned out Cadillac.
So I don't know if you knew this, Jeff,
Yes.
but you could take the lyrics of a song and then load it into AI.
Right.
And then tell it what genre of music
Yeah.
you want it to turn
really?
into.
Yeah.
And it'll make any genre of music. So then we took the lyrics of Burnout Cadillac and then we asked AI to play it and make it different genres of music.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out almost every other genre is better than the original.
It's crazy. You want to hear
It's crazy.
You want to hear it? You want to hear it? Here.
It's almost like
Hang on, am I Mama Romano's? What the hell?
Yeah, here it is.
Oh, Jesus, you didn't bring Casey.
Here's some burnout Cadillac. Here we go. Let's try this is the new burnout Cadillac. Here we go.
God, sounds awesome.
I was working late one day, feet light of dust, what did I see? It was a 1962 Coupe de Ville, broke down on Highway 43. The man he was driving must have walked away, leaving that car all alone. In the morning it was up on blocks, half the body and engine were gone. It's just an old burnt-out Cadillac.
Print it.
that is good.
Print it. That is amazing.
Not bad.
I mean, that could be
bad.
Country Music Awards.
What I'm saying is, burn that for me, and I'm sending it out.
Oh, yeah.
As a songwriter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You should.
Because
You wrote the
those
song,
bro
it's not
country
my
guys,
song.
Yeah.
because see, all my stuff, I consider either blues or kind of folky rock, which you could fit into country.
That's what I told you, right? Blues
Yeah.
rock. I said he's blues
rock
yeah.
kind of thing. And but none of my country stuff sounds like the country stuff today.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that does.
It does.
That sounds freaking amazing.
Well, what about God is a River? Like, I know.
Oh, did you do that?
I did. Dude, God is
In a bro country?
No, I did this one I forget what this one is. Hold on. This is God is a River done by AI. Only the lyrics. I did not write this. Jeff, these are Jeff's songs.
These are my lyrics.
Yeah. You wrote this. You own the song.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Like, so here we go.
Copyright.
Oh, yeah, reggae.
Oh, man.
This one's my favorite.
God is a river. I lived down at the sea.
Holy moly.
Then I felt the cool water rush over me. Wash away my sorrow, wash away my misery.
Good, right?
God is a river, and the river is me. There is no justice when the justice ain't right.
It fits
What
with
did
the
they? What did they? It does.
It fits with the Jamaican,
That's why I did reggae.
revolution.
That's why I did reggae, because reggae.
Print that.
Okay,
I'm
I'll
sending
give you
it
that
out,
one.
too.
Here we got
Yeah,
one more. We got
cruise.
one more God
That's
is a
awesome.
River. Do you want to hear another God is a River?
Now, what genre is this?
I forget. Oh, we did techno because we tried to do something we figured you'd hate, but it still worked. You write good songs. That's the problem.
Oh, well, thank you.
Here, yeah, when you write a good song, even AI will read the song and be like, this is a good song. Here, this is. I think this works.
Which,
In honor of EDC.
God is a river. I lay down to sea. Then I felt the cool waters rush over me.
Sing it, boy.
Wash away my sorrow.
wow.
Wash away my misery. God is a river, and the river is me. There is no justice.
That's amazing.
Right? How
That
good is
is
that? That slaps, dude. That slaps.
I'll never record another song.
That's what I was You
He's
picked the perfect
retired.
time to retire.
You did it. You did it. You forced me into retirement, you bastard.
But this is, I mean, you actually.
That's a good ass song though. Like if you played that
Yeah,
in EDC
that's
and just slid it
awesome.
into
Oh,
a mix,
absolutely.
ain't nobody gonna know. It still works. All those people are on ecstasy. They're praying to the God. They're
Yeah.
like, oh my God, they're sweating.
That is
They're taking
awesome.
their drugs. They're taking their pink cocaine.
Yeah.
Well, Jeff,
sticks.
if you think about it, like you are super lucky to be in a small category of humans that live their entire life in as a singer-songwriter and retired just
Professional,
before.
as a professional singer-songwriter.
I
Yeah.
feel like everything is going to be changed by this, and it's all going to be done different. And, and like, and this is not going to be like no one's going to have your experience, you know?
Right, because they don't have to. They don't
yeah.
have to anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Yeah, but I feel like the songs though work better. So like, follow me with this. Like when AI has to make a song, it's never that good. They're not. But when I write the lyrics as a human, and it will get there. I think it will. Because exponentially, it's just, folding itself over every time like taffy.
Yeah.
But like right now, it's not there. So when I write it, when I take the experience that you have at your age, take those lyrics and put them into the new technology.
Right.
That's why this works so well.
It's amazing.
It works
I mean,
so well. 'Cause
I love that.
You know how to do a chorus. You know how to do a bridge.
Yeah.
You know how to call
you
things
got to build
back.
a song. Yeah. You got to weave. Well, I don't want to say weave. Yeah.
Well, but the thing is, Jeff,
I do the weave.
If you're a current songwriter, right, and you write lyrics, so let's say you write "God is a River," right? You put it into AI, and it could poop out an infinite amount of different versions of in different genres, and like you can mess with it and make it like do it a little bit, like you start tweaking it.
Tweak it, yeah.
And then you're not going to maybe do the exact same song, but you can get endless inspiration from it. You're like, oh, this sounds good. I never thought about that. And like you start, and imagine that every singer-songwriter is going to use this tool moving forward.
Oh, absolutely.
You can do really old too if you want to like take on your old man persona. You can do like this, like a little. Like a super old. Is this what's playing in your brain right now?
I was working late one day, Feet light of dusk, what did I see? It was a 1962 Coupe de Ville, broke down on Highway 43.
Okay.
That's ridiculous. I'll give you this program.
Please
later.
do.
Yeah.
No, but send
I'll
me
send
those
it.
copies.
Yeah, and then
if you would.
you can remix them. You can go in there and remix them and like change
You
everything.
do
It's
the
pretty fun.
stems, or they give you the stems, or
No, yeah, they do. You
Yeah.
can go in there and like you can like take the persona of the song. They call them personas.
yeah.
So you just copy it and then you can like like you
Holy
can change the
crap,
lyrics.
yeah.
So if you find something you like, you
Yeah.
can basically stamp that song on any lyrics you
yeah,
have.
that is effing amazing.
Yeah, it's wild.
So back to retirement, Jeff.
Yes.
I want to find out, what are you going to do now for your free time? Because it's important, I feel like,
Yeah.
for anybody to keep busy
Yeah.
with whatever they want
Yeah.
to do. And that's hard to find sometimes.
I remember certain things just make an imprint on you, and you remember it all your life. It's always floating right there. When I was in like 7th or 8th grade, I read a short story, and it was about this guy that had retired,
Yeah.
and he was so happy to retire. He was just going to go fish. He's going to take a 6-pack of beer and go fish. And then after about 3 months, it was 2 6-packs of beer. And then, the next thing you know, he became a full-blown alcoholic. And because he was
sounds
bored
awesome.
with retirement. I know. And see, what I said was I was going to do it the opposite way. I'm just going to be a full-blown alcoholic, and then I'll retire. I'm just going to fish.
But
I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna start eating one fish a day, and then knocking off liquor stores.
Yeah. No, but that was a bit. But here's what.
I kind of got sad because you did ask for a beer this morning.
I know. I wasn't gonna bring that up.
And I'm like, oh
I
my
was
God,
like,
he's saying the
talking
truth.
about it.
y'all don't have any Tom and Dan vodka on you.
We do. We do.
Oh, yeah, we got a
I'll get one of
What?
those for
You
our
want some
league.
kratom?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it all. We got kratom. I got mushrooms on my desk. You want some mushrooms?
No, I've never done much, but yeah.
Are you
But
still on the weed? You pull back from that?
I pulled back. I pulled
Yeah.
back. Yeah. I did. For a while. I always try to come up with a way to drink that I don't drink as much as that I should. I shouldn't drink too much. So in beer, it's kind of
Yeah.
So I'd say so. I got on vodka for a while, but then I was playing at House of Blues. And this guy said, he was from England. He goes, man, I love you, and kept buying me vodka. And usually I would drink a little water in between, but there was there's like 10 vodkas. Well, I ended up going home. I packed up all my equipment, but left my $800 guitar that I just bought.
No.
Yeah,
no.
there. And I went back and I went, holy crap. So I went to the Lost and Found at Disney. And there's a black girl there, and I said, "Hey, I said, you're not going to believe this." I said, but I actually left my guitar on stage at House of Blues last night, and I went to my car, came back, and I couldn't find it. And she goes, "You've been here before." It was the 4th time I'd left a guitar on stage. Yeah, all 3 times
Oh my
before.
God.
At
You
least
didn't
got it back
remember it.
every time.
Yeah.
My God, you should have known her name by then.
All 3 times before they found my guitar. This time they didn't find it. I really liked this one, so yeah.
Oh,
So
man.
I cut back a little bit on that.
Yeah,
Probably not enough, but I do the weed right before I go to bed
Yeah.
to help me sleep. I use it for insomnia. So yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
use it for everything.
What?
Get down, gotta get up,
Here's
gotta
what I
get
hate
down.
about it,
Use
'cause
it on
I-
the toilet, use it at breakfast.
Yeah.
I was never a weed guy. I was
Yeah.
always a booze guy.
Me too.
The thing that I hate about weed, I don't mind the buzz, but what I hate about it is my entertainment. Because we talked about this before. I don't watch TV shows, but I love movies. I'll invest an hour and a half in a movie and then leave entertainment alone for. I can't follow the movies anymore.
Yeah,
You
too
know, 'cause
complicated when you get stoned.
Yeah, because I mean even stupid movies.
Yeah.
Like Dumb and Dumber.
That's why I just watch porn.
Yeah.
If I get high,
Yeah.
I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
here.
Well, here's the slippery.
I was watching porn one night and
Yeah.
Drunky the Bear walked through the back.
Yeah, I know. It's disgusting. That's some boy's
Ruined it
father.
for me.
That's some boy's father.
You're watching an old
Bear
2000.
Yeah.
I
like.
Shane's World.
I got to tell you.
Stuff was made in
Gonzo.
2003 Shane's World.
My category of porn that I love is VHS.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I like them
kind
grainy
of
too.
where it skips a little bit.
I
Yeah.
like them where they have to. I like them where they have to go in and they're like, we actually altered this so you could see the shadows better. I'm like, great.
Here's the small slippery slope with the THC
Yeah.
is that you get the medical THC anybody can get it. Is that a secret anymore?
No.
Like, does anybody think that
I think
you
that's
need?
why 4 didn't pass. Or no, that's 3. 3 passed.
Yeah,
3
yeah.
passed.
Everybody's like, I already got it.
Yeah.
So anyway, you get the medical THC.
I just don't want to smell it everywhere with that commercial. You hear that commercial? That's the funniest commercial.
When you go into those places like True Leave and those places, you go in there and you can smell the weed in there, and I mean. Everybody coming in is smiling.
Yeah.
Everybody coming out is smiling.
Oh, yeah. They're all medicated up, and they get right in their car, rocking at it. Drunk as hell.
So anyway, you tell yourself, well, I'm going to do this instead of getting drunk. Alcohol's bad for you. The poison or
but
whatever.
both is really good fun.
Yeah. So you do that, and then you're like, well, I'm going to do it on the weekends. Like, I'm going to the beach this weekend. I'm going to take a little weed pill. And then you're standing around, and you're at the beach high, and you're like, God damn, this is good. and then you're like, well, I'm gonna take it and watch some NFL football on Sunday.
You just take it all the time.
And then you're like, I'm gonna watch some NFL football on Monday. And then you're like, well, I'll just take it before I go to work.
That's the only time I don't.
All day long.
That's the only time I don't. It's work. So but as soon as we're off the mic, when the mics go off,
and then you're like, pull it back. So you didn't answer me, or what you were gonna do?
Oh my God, Larry, you didn't answer me. I'm gonna need an answer on it.
Are you gonna do some
I
writing?
didn't know we had morally safer over here.
Like, are you like my uncle retired
Yeah.
and just started playing golf, and so he only plays golf.
It drove my dad crazy. When my dad retired, it killed him.
Yeah. Sorry.
What do you got on
Well,
there?
I didn't shower this morning, but I did trim my beard.
Yeah.
And when I trim my beard and don't shower, I get beard dandruff.
I can see it all over.
You
You
can
can see it. Let's zoom in on that. Hold on, I'm zooming. If you want to see all the hair on Jeff's shirt, go to tomanddan.com.
And sometimes it's a little, gray hair right there.
Yeah.
And I keep doing this, and it doesn't come up, and then I realize it's the one from my chest poking out
through.
of my shirt.
Yeah, I got gray pubes now.
What, you got what?
I got gray pubes.
Oh, I do
now.
too.
Come on.
I do
Found
too.
it yesterday.
But I went to a tractor supply store to get a dolly, and I walked in there, and there's some teenage kid. And I walked in, I had my little sheet of paper that I ordered, already paid for it online. I go in there, and he goes, I go, hey, he goes, what do you want? I go, oh, okay. But I said, I just ordered this and what. He goes, well, you didn't need to bring that paper. And I went, I just brought it. I'm going, so we're walking to the back, and the guy keeps, saying stuff. I go, is he taking shots at me? And I'm going, so
knock him out.
Yeah, so we get
Put
to
a
the
gun
back.
in his back. That'll change his demeanor.
And so we got in the back. He gets me my thing, and we're walking out. I go, well, thank you. I take it from here. And he goes, I like your beard, man. And I said, yeah.
Let me put my hand in your pants.
He goes,
man.
let me ask. He goes, the color of it. He goes, let me ask a question. Are you an albino or you just old?
You do look albino, though. Look how pink you are.
I'm an old albino.
Everybody look at youtube.com/TomandDanLive and look at how pink Jeff Howell is.
I am pink.
Why are you so pink?
Well, because I was doing a bit, and every time I do a bit in front of Tom, I start getting embarrassed.
Do you? I know.
I feel self-conscious.
This guy's an a-hole.
You know what he told me when he first got on full time at the radio station?
I'm coming for you.
No,
pal.
he goes, hey Jeff, you got to tell me something. I said, what's that? He goes, how do you tell a long, boring, unfunny story, but somehow get a laugh at the end?
He is stealing that bit.
That's pretty funny.
I'm like, I need to get this old man out of here so I can get his money.
I'm the Jeff Howell now. I am the long, boring story.
Bubba taught me.
Bubba loved you, man.
I know. We had a lot in common.
He did. He loved you a lot when he was trying to get his license back for the 9th time, and you were sending him money for the Tom and Dan account.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loved you in the middle of the night when he needed to rent jet skis. Remember that? Dude called me at 3 a.m. asking me how and where to rent jet skis.
Oh, yeah.
At 3 a.m.
3 a.m. Got a phone call from Bubba.
That is awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
When the Red Dog Pub was still in business.
Why do you keep bringing that up? Not in our business.
I know, because you know what's funny? When you did bring the beer out, we actually we actually made a Red Dog Pub beer.
Oh, it's a curse.
Yeah, I know. it was like a little bit of, it was back when I like IPAs, and so it had a little bit of hops and just a hint of bankruptcy, and it was.
No, it's tough.
I'm betting you again. Okay, I'll bet you up.
I have been told by people that they want to start a bar.
Yeah.
And I think of Jeff, and I'm like, don't do it.
Like, have them call me.
And I'm just like, dude, that's a hard ass business.
So
like,
hard.
I honestly, when
hardest business.
When Tiffany did it, I was so scared for her because I was like, you understand the amount of work this is, and it's just, there's so much luck involved.
He said, she'll be on OnlyFans.
And you know what?
And I'll be there for her.
She's
and
killing
I'll be
it.
there to pick up the pieces.
She's killing it out there. They did an event, and I got to play for it.
Yeah.
She is nailing it. And
it's like the opposite of the Red Dog Pub.
I know. That's what killed me.
What is that called?
Russ says, Jeff Howell, he goes, how many times did you call Tiffany a dumb blonde and look at her now? And I said, I never did call her dumb. I called her a dumb whatever color her hair is supposed to be.
Right. Yeah. That's pretty funny.
I'm betting, baby.
He's betting.
I'm all
Get this guy out of here.
Yeah, he's retired. She's working her ass off. Who's winning now?
Yeah, good point.
Jeff Howell.
Good point.
You know, a couple bankruptcies, not that big of a deal.
Well, you learn how to live cheap. You do learn how to live.
Casey's got his, his empire he built. He's not going to be getting the inheritance.
Are there any songs that die with you leaving the band? Are there any songs that die with Jeff Howell leaving?
Yeah, because I've always gone by the 20-year rule. And the 20-year rule is if you're a small-time musician doing covers, if you do songs that are 20 years old, pop music, the 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds that are out drinking and, maybe pre-kids or, babysitter,
sure,
they're all coming out to see it, and they love those songs because they were popular when they were in their teens or, or in their 8, 9, 10 years old.
Yeah.
So he does that. He does 90s and 2000 songs right now. So really, he does Walking in Memphis.
Yeah.
That works. He does have Brown Eyed Girl.
Yeah,
I just say, just keep it in your pocket.
You gotta have
it's
it.
Basically our version of the electric slide now,
Yeah.
So he
you won't have to play it that long.
we're dying off.
Times are ticking.
We are dying off, yeah.
I'm sorry to bring it up.
No, that's okay. No, actually, I can't wait. I can't wait to die.
I knew that's what I knew what you were talking about.
Yeah.
But the retirement dream of being able to do what you want and then not have to stress about.
You gonna travel or no?
Oh yeah. Well, I will tell you this. July 6th, I got off the plane in Dublin, Ireland. 62 degrees, 20% humidity, and I went. I found a home. Then the other thing that happened, of course, they have their problems over there, but for 3 weeks, I heard nothing about Trump. I heard nothing about Harris. I heard nothing about Joe Biden. It was so lovely, because you can't get away from that stuff.
So
over
you're
here.
turning your back on our country.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing.
I registered Jeff Howell.
I have a lot of friends that go to Ireland and then they go, you know what? I think I want to live here.
And if I had the money,
why not?
If I had the money I would be there right now.
Yeah.
And it's doable. Actually, getting a because I played a small town. You remember the bar Casey's on Central?
Yeah, the bar
but the owner
in
Wexford.
In Wexford.
Wexford. It's a little small town, 20,000 people. Everybody knows everybody because a lot of them live in those row houses and so everybody knows. The lovely people. And here's the other thing. Over there, this is God's honest truth, bizarre world. They think I'm a great singer over there, but they hate my comedy. I'm always bitten.
They've got it wrong.
Yeah, I call it the Tom and Dan country over there.
They've got it so wrong.
Yeah. Why is he bitten? I did hear one lady when I was there. I was getting no laughs, and then I heard one lady whisper to her friend. She goes, "That's the third time he's hit his head on the microphone." I think he's cabbage.
Why? He doesn't need to do all this.
That's awesome. So you're thinking about it?
I am.
Interesting.
But it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of thinking, and I don't really want to do either anymore. But I'm going to. God, I am pink.
You're very pink.
My arm is. Wait, let me put my arm back.
You have a very white arm and pink face.
Yeah, I might have
a lot of whites become pink faced and white arm.
Yeah. And I don't mind.
Before you leave, Jeff, do you want to plug Casey's bit?
Yeah. Casey Howell. Go see him. He's every Thursday. Casey Allin, Tom the Bomb on sax.
Hell yeah.
Playing every Thursday, House of Blues from 5 to 10. And then just go to jeffhowell.com because I have Casey on my calendar there because he's never done social media.
Good
So that's the
him.
next step. I wanted to get him playing first, and now we're going to work on the social media, get him a website. So, but in the meantime, go to jeffhowell.com. It has my calendar. It'll let you know where he's playing. And this Friday, we'll be doing in Davenport, we'll be doing the Big Belly Barbecue Bash. It's a competition and disaster relief charity event. It's this Friday from 5 to 9. Please come out and see us in Davenport. Look it up online, and it will be at I can't see. Oh, Tom Fellows Community Center in Davenport. Tom Fellows Community Center. So thank you, guys.
Chat room's
Yeah, no
making
problem,
fun
bro.
that you held up a piece of paper. I don't know why they're so mean. I don't know why they're so mean.
I
That
know,
was a
'cause
lot of information to get
Yeah.
out. They're being mean to you.
Yeah.
And there's no need to be mean to it. Like, that's a lot of info. You have to have a piece of paper. It's a
Yeah.
lot of info to get out.
You know what? I like a piece of paper.
Me too.
Because
I was going to defend you on that.
Oh,
That's not
thank you.
fair.
Thank
That's
you.
not like the guy's trying to
Was
do
he making that
it's
face
a
again?
charity event, you a-hole.
No.
God almighty.
When people like have to get the stuff off their phone, they
Yeah.
have
Oh,
to
I hate
find their
that.
notes. They
I hate
put
that.
in
Scroll,
their code.
scroll.
Yeah, it
so
doesn't
hold
work.
on,
It
hold
doesn't
on.
work. That's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. You just take that paper,
The
put it in your
paper-
pocket.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
paper is the best way. Andrea sent me to Publix yesterday, piece of paper, everything written on it. They made fun of me there.
Yeah.
Some guy, like, I'm walking by because I always put my piece of paper in the baby spot.
You're right.
You know where the baby goes. So I
Yeah.
put the list, it's handwritten by Andrea, and
Yeah.
I'm pushing through, and so I'm walking by, some lady goes, look at your list.
Yeah.
Mind your business.
It is very old man. I will say that. All right.
Me and you.
Yeah. But anyway.
Jeff, thank
yeah.
you for coming in,
I
buddy.
enjoyed it,
We
buddy.
appreciate
Guys,
it.
thank
Thanks
you,
for
man.
being here, man.
You got it, man. My pleasure, and I'm retired now, so I can come back every day.
Yeah, I love that.
All
I love it. I think that's great. We'll see you tomorrow.
All
You
right.
got it.
We'll be right back.
We're still on Twitch and YouTube, though.
Perfect.
Good job, man.
Thank you, guys,
Thanks for
man.
doing that.
I appreciate it.
That was super funny. Congratulations. That's awesome.
It feels great. I'm still kind of working a little more than I want to because like I'm working on all his stuff. I gotta do a promo video for him, and I gotta a lot of stuff that I just and then he's got to come over and learn how to do social media and run a website, and then after that I'll have a little more time to myself. But I am enjoying it a lot. It's really good.
Yeah, and getting them up and running as far as they can. Then just finding new places to play. I
Yeah.
thought that's a whole.
Yeah.
Well,
the thing that came up, because there's a couple of places that these people have suggested for him to play, they went and talked to the manager, and they said, well, we need to see something online. So that's why I'm getting this video. I went out and did it, and now I'm going to cut it together. And,
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, we know a lot of places too.
Good.
So just keep in touch.
I
Because
will, man. You'll be amazed how good he sings.
Yeah, and
especially for being my kids.
Because we could definitely suggest.
Love you, buddy.
Love you too, man.
Thanks for being here, man.
Good to see
Thank
you,
you, David.
buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Let me not leave anything because I always leave stuff. My phone.
For your phone.
Perfect.
Probably, hopefully.
I don't know why it killed your camera on that.
No, absolutely.
It's really freaking me out a little bit. You want to switch over?
You know, make it easy for you.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
I'll let you know when I get all the promo stuff.
Thank you, buddy.
Not a problem.
Yeah, it makes it easier and it looks better.
Easy for you, man. Don't want to make anyone work harder than they have.
No, it's just stuff like that. It's just like, fuck. I'm like, I do not need this thing to start.
I don't sit as low as
I just I'll fix
as
it.
Jeff.
I got you. I just fixed and reloaded everything. Okay.
I mean, you're obviously working pretty hard at it. But you really don't have to do it.
Yeah, the Georgia Tech thing. I wasn't gonna bring it up.
Oh no, I didn't even watch the game.
That was that's a little.
I know.
Yeah, I didn't.
When we got injured last game against Duke, I was like, uh oh, that's not a good
Well,
kick.
Andrea
Showing
said
too.
she's like, that's not right because the alert came through and I'm
Yeah,
like,
28 to
no.
23. Yeah.
I go, no way. Georgia Tech's a
Georgia Tech's always got our number a lot of the times.
really.
Yeah.
Are they got a little
Georgia
simmering
Tech,
rivalry?
yeah, it's kind of like that.
Cool.
And of course, I have a friend that I used to work with, and she went to Georgia Tech. Her and her husband both went.
I have
Well,
a
her
lot.
ex-husband.
I had a lot of relatives that
Yeah.
that went there. Yeah, man. Text us, Jeff.
Thank you, Daniel.
Love you, buddy.
Man.
Yeah, tell Casey we said hey.
I said hello.
Hey, next time let's try to line it up so Casey can come by too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because he's so snarky and so funny.
Yeah, he is. He's a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
man. So
Cheers,
love you
man.
guys.
Love
Have
you
a
too,
great
buddy.
day. Thank y'all.
Yeah,
Drive safe.
anytime, man. All
So
righty.
I figured we could record something small for Tuesday tomorrow with
Yeah.
EJ
Before
and
we
then
do,
before we do the BDM.
Sure.
You can stay for the BDM, right?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm here for as long as you need me.
All right.
Till at least 2:30.
Okay. Well,
we
is
could
this
do
a 3?
Yeah. We could do the GG Allin thing. Or,
Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's do
Okay,
it. Let's do it. It's
or-
funny. It's funny. Let me make sure it still works.
Oh, I should have brought up the thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
it works. It works.
Jeff would have liked this.
Okay.
Story I had about my son.
Are we doing number 3?
Yeah, Tuesday 3.
Tuesday 3. All right. Why don't you bring us back? In 3.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. We've got EJ here hanging out.
Hey.
So Daniel, you had some story about GG Allin.
Yeah, there was it was a Twitter video, and I love. It's almost like where you would call these things almost like found media, like lost media that's been found.
So, okay, tell me if I'm correct. I don't know. I'm not that familiar with GG Allin's music.
Okay, yeah, me neither. I mean, I know of him better than you, but
I just know him for his on-stage
Correct, that's what this
doesn't
video
do
is
crazy
about.
stuff on stage.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
that's what
like
this video is
bleeding
about.
and other things.
Yeah, some of the stuff we can't even describe because
Yeah.
it gets aired on radio. It's
Yeah.
like, and then that's what I know him for.
Well, the news can describe it, and that's basically the clip I
Okay.
have. Somebody on Twitter, Melissa, who works tirelessly to make these
She's awesome.
amazing videos for us. If you basically see any videos on Instagram, Reels, or TikTok, or anything that's like edited super funny, that is not me. I get a lot of credit for that. That is our friend Melissa.
Yeah.
She does a damn fine job.
And if you are a business out there and you're looking for someone to put out custom videos of, of your
Yeah.
business or whatever, she's freelance.
Yeah, she's your girl.
She lives in the Keys actually, and so
She's a nudist.
Email
She's a
me.
nudist in the Keys. It's easier for her to edit because she owns no clothing.
She must be. I mean,
Not
living in the
distracted.
Keys isn't cheap.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to always ask her, like, how much do you pay for
And
rent
it's a
or
weird
whatever?
thing. She has to have each video is flown to me via parrot. It's a parrot just delivers me a little.
That was a pelican.
It's a parrot,
Okay.
and then I get a little flash drive. I plug it in.
Just email me, Tom
Yeah.
at tomadan.com. I'll hook you guys up.
But
So-
anyway, somebody linked her on TikTok to this video because I'm guessing it was from Channel 6. Now, what's interesting about this video is these are all the newscasters from way back in the day that I remember growing up on, and also the one guy, Shepard Smith. Do you know the famous?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was working at Channel 6 at the time. So here, I'm going to pull up the video.
WCPX-TV Orlando.
Oh man, I remember that
Michelle
logo.
Morrow. with
Michelle
tonight's
Morrow.
news.
Look at that hair.
Meteorologist Pamela Kister.
Oh,
And Mike Storms with sports.
Pam Kister. I used to love Pamela Kister.
This is News Night 6.
Looks pretty tame tonight, but what happened here last night would make most of us sick. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining Newsnight 6.
Now you can already tell, like just by looking at her facial
So
expression, she is just disgusted. Look at her. Look at that face. Like that is 100%. She's like, what happened here last night would make most people, including me, absolutely sick.
Now, I will say, and I hope no one takes offense to this, but what I know of in my experience of people on the news,
Yeah.
they're not like your ultra uptight religious as more. I would categorize them more in the entertainment. Have seen a lot more.
See, I would argue
you know.
both. I would argue both because I think you get guys like, I think you get like your Marthas that have seen it all. And then I think you get like a Jason Guy who is about as straight and narrow, just regular dude as like, as they come.
Yeah, but he's
He's not a filthy animal like
No,
we are.
he's
you
not-
know?
no,
I
I
feel
know,
like
yeah.
he's an elevated, good
Yeah,
human.
he's a
Like I
regular-
feel like if I go, hey Jason, what's a blumpkin? He's like, I don't know.
No,
That's what I feel like.
because he's been
That's
in
what I-
entertainment.
No.
He knows about all that.
Guarantee he doesn't know what that is.
He knows a Blumpkin.
Email him.
Oh, I will.
Email him, Jason Guy. Ask him
Jason
if
Guy.
he
What do you
knows
think?
what-
I
bet you doesn't.
You want to bet he knows
He
what a
does not
Blumpkin
know
is?
what it is.
Oh, he does
Okay.
not.
He does
What
not
do you want
know.
to bet?
I will bet you $50.
Fair suit.
I'll bet you
$50?
$100. I'll bet you $100 cash he does not know what a Blumpkin is.
Hold on. Well, what odds will you give me now?
How do you get odds with
minus,
that?
minus 150.
You're making it too complicated.
No, you're going to get at least minus 150. Because now I'm thinking about it.
The chat room
that's
wants
an old
another
statement.
action. All right, let's continue. So Michelle Murrow's here. You can already see she's disgusted. She's talking about Club Spacefish here in Orlando. I believe this is from '93.
The club owner says it happens in big cities everywhere. Last night it happened in Orlando, something you would never expect to see in public. And in the end, 2 men arrested on charges almost beyond belief. Newsnight 6 reporter Shepard Smith joins us live outside the club Spacefish on Church Street with this exclusive report.
Did you know Shepard Smith worked here? I didn't know Shepard.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys, I guess Orlando would have been a stepping stone for like
to bigger markets.
CNN or MSNBC. Or...
I moved here in 2000.
Okay.
And then I lived here ever since. So it's been 24
this would have
years
been before
here.
you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is funny because people often like, oh, like I go back to Miami. They're like, oh, you're from Miami. You know this road. And I'm like, I drove in Miami for 2 years.
Right.
I was 16 to 18 and then I left. I've lived in Orlando 24 years as an adult.
I think it's the description here that really wins the day if you're watching this. So they continue.
Michelle, we must warn what you are about to see and hear is quite graphic, but it's true. Happened at the Club Spacefish behind me last night. A band called GG Allin and the Murder Junkies performing at a club that prides itself, in its words, on having shows on the cutting edge. People paid $7 to watch a man defecate into his own hand while he was nude. And that is just the beginning.
That's just the beginning. That's
People
your opening
paid
act?
$7 to watch a man defecate into his own hand. And he was nude. I'd say that's a bargain. I'd say $7 for that's pretty good.
So
I don't know what the McAfee rate on that is, but I'd say that's pretty.
What year was this?
I think it's 93. 93?
For inflation, that'd be what?
He goes inside.
$30?
Watch the rest of the report.
This is the Spacefish Cafe. Tuesday, they say, is a dead night. Monday, apparently was not.
Hold on. Even though these people are dancing, and we're going to say, I'm sorry, nothing else is going on here.
This is boring. I'm filming you.
This is what we call filler. You're like, don't say that.
B-roll, ladies.
These 5 ladies are just dancing.
Tuesday, they say, is a dead night. Monday, apparently was not. Mike Brown owns the place.
I would say that you never really know what's going to happen when GG Allin performs.
This is GG Kevin Allin, arrested when police raided the club. What did he do?
He relieved himself and did it all. I mean, you name it, it was probably happening.
That guy rules because he's like, dude, he was on stage, man.
He did everything.
Did it all, dude. He did, you name it, he was freaking doing it, and I was here for it, right? Like that guy, he's the owner. He loves it. He thinks it's great.
Report is quite explicit. Says the singer took his own feces, began throwing it at people, and eating it.
He was actually off the stage. He was right down here off the stage. Just stepped off and decided to do it.
Put that on terrestrial radio. I don't think we could.
It's a news report, man. This is news. That's news.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works. We are the epicenter of art and culture in Orlando.
I guess you were just replaying a news segment.
This is a news.
Most everybody here probably thought it was funny and was, I really don't think people were shocked.
People outside.
Okay, now here's where it gets funny.
Hold on.
Okay, hold on. This is where it gets funny.
How can you not be shocked? I know it's 93 and they're at GG Allin, but still, you'd be shocked.
They probably know about what kind of happens at GG Allin show.
But still, even though if you see, like I've seen some crazy things on the internet.
If I saw that, I'd be like, that's like 7 steps too far.
Yeah,
7.
it's still shocking.
Is this avant-garde?
Like even if you saw it 10 times, number 11 still just as shocking.
It's still shocking.
A little bit.
This is where it gets funny. So they go outside and they interview this black guy who's just like a black guy in the neighborhood. He's just like a
90s news.
Yeah, so it's 90s news. So they go outside. So they interview the guy inside, Mike Brown, the owner, and he's like, man, he was on stage. You name it, the dude was doing it. And then they go outside and then
they see a black guy there. Oh, get that guy.
Yeah, get the black guy. So listen to what the black guy says. The black guy
division.
nails it. The black guy destroys it. This is so good. Just watch.
Thought it was funny and was, I really don't think people were shocked.
People outside were.
We heard a commotion and we came outside and the guy ran out the door naked and he was throwing chairs and he had used the bathroom on himself and was throwing it on people as they came out the club.
Butler says strange activity is nothing new here.
I think it's a bunch of well-to-do white kids who come down here, and when they let their hair down, they let it down too much.
There you go. A bunch of well-to-do white kids, they let their hair down, they let it down too much. He nailed it.
That is awesome. A real man. He's like crazy-ass crackers.
These crackers put their hair down too.
He should have said that.
Yeah.
These crackers are doo-doo on themselves, throwing it all out.
And you know what? And he is 100% right.
He's right.
There is no place for the doo-doo. No place for the. Finally, a man with some goddamn sense. He's like, these white kids get down here, they let their hair down too much, they're crapping on each other.
This is why Sam Shepard moved up from this.
I don't think
he found the right guy.
Like GG Allin wasn't even that popular until after he died, and then like his antics were more popular than he was at the time.
He's more infamous.
Like how many?
He alleged that he was going to die on stage, and I don't believe he did.
And he wasn't filling out huge venues. Like
No,
there were small little clubs, and people would go for.
He's only infamous because of what he did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think it continues. I don't know what else.
And they caught up with him last night.
Yeah.
Allin wasn't the only one naked. Donald Sachs arrested as well.
Good name.
He was naked and he was smashing the mic into his head and rolling in glass and everything. Like I said, it's not very typical, but these were things that we expected.
Not out of the ordinary, says Brown. Happens in clubs all over the country.
I don't know if that's true. I like that he was selling it to Shepard Smith, but I don't think that's really a thing.
How much money did GG Allin make?
Nothing.
No, not much. No.
Nothing. I mean,
did his estate make anything?
He's infamously famous.
Did he have any kids?
I don't believe he had any kids.
Nothing
he has
about
a brother, Merle Allin, that's still alive.
Does he do music at all?
Yeah, he still does music, and he still does interviews. That Soft White Underbelly series interviewed Merle. And Merle's like about as punk rock as it comes. Like the guy's still releasing 7-inch records on his own record label and getting paid nothing to do it.
But he doesn't do any of the absurd onstage stuff?
I don't think Merle ever did. He's the one that has the reverse Hitler mustache. Or maybe he has a Hitler mustache. Merle, here, I'll show you Merle.
Does he do anything just as a tip of the cap to his brother?
He still plays some of the songs.
He gets some pudding out, and he'll throw that.
No, I don't think Merle.
So did Jeff steal that bit about hitting him head on the microphone?
No,
with that guy?
he didn't. I don't think there's a lot of humor here. You know what I mean? Like, here he is. There's Merle Allin. This is the way I remember Merle looking. With the Hitler mustache and the
shaved head,
and that's what I remember him looking like, with a big bushy Hitler mustache, and then he'd shave his head and have like a mullet. It's like you're deliberately going for the worst look possible.
I'm just curious if there's anybody currently in 2024 making a dime off of GG Allin.
Yeah, Merle is absolutely.
Okay, so his brother still, but what off of what? Music,
maybe merch, T-shirts.
Okay.
Small amounts, though.
Okay,
small amounts.
But I'm curious to what amount. Like, how much is GG Allin's?
You're asking the estate how much it's worth?
yeah,
less than $1 million.
Oh, of course, yeah. But I'm saying, like, how much is Merle making a year off of GG Allin?
Oh, less than a teacher's salary, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, 30,
I would say
50?
maybe $100,000, maybe tops.
Okay,
maybe worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide.
Okay.
Yeah,
but $100,000 a year.
That's still pretty good.
I think less than that.
But who knows? It could be zero.
$100,000 worldwide.
But that's a weird. That's why I find it interesting, because it could be zero or it could be $250,000. It is somewhere in that spectrum.
It really depends on how much. And see, they're in a weird position, because I don't think Merle and even that what they do, they're not going to whore themselves out like that, because they weren't designed to do that, right? He's very, very punk. And to be very, very punk means you're not going to find GG Allin shirts in Spencer's. But you could do that. You could saddle up with a Hot Topic or Spencer's and then say, hey, I know that this guy was rough around the edges, but I'm sailing. Merle is going to sail into retirement. I'm signing over the rights to his crazy, because there's pictures of him with the blood all over his face and everything. That's an iconic photo. You put that on T-shirts everywhere, and you sell it in Hot Topic, and it would sell.
It will sell.
And he could license it and make millions.
He's discovered all the time by new kids all the time. Yeah.
See if ChatGPT would tell us what. Like, if you said, like, what was GG Allin's net worth when he died?
Oh, God.
Ooh, man.
Like, I don't.
What's top's bottom?
Oh, man, that's gonna be extremely hard. But
that's a weird thing. Like that's why I'm fascinated with it because
I understand.
I think we did a good job here. They dug something up.
At the time of his death in 1993, GG Allin's net worth was estimated to be around $100,000.
I nailed it.
Cite turn search for. His income primarily came from his music career, which included numerous singles, EPs, and albums, as well as live performances.
But I think that's literally taking everything he has.
Liquidated.
Like shirts, T-shirts, underwear, socks, jewelry, leather jacket, old Corolla that doesn't run, scooter parts.
And then you never know who knows, like... Is there any, like, was GG Allin mentally insane?
Yes.
And I know that's ridiculous to ask, but...
Why are you asking that question?
It could have been, like, a little bit of that, but more theatrics. Like, there are people that, like, there's artists that do things that would be like, oh, this person's insane, but, like, he kind of knows what he's doing.
Insane or eccentric,
I think he lived it because there were some videos back in the day when I started working on Drew Garabo, and I think I've told this story before. I used to get some... videos from a very good friend of Merle Allen.
Yeah.
And he was great friends with Merle. And this guy, we used to call him Serial Killer Keith. He used to call him the Drew Garabo Show, if anybody remembers. And Keith knew Merle, and he would give me copies of these behind-the-scenes videos from GG and Merle Allen. And I can't even describe the stuff that was on these video cassettes of the backstage antics of what they were doing. It's no different than the stuff that your friends were obsessed with,
like
and it involves
anuses.
And
stuff like that. Yeah.
No, it was
rough.
That was, they knew it was like their form of art, though, right?
Yeah.
Like they were doing it for
But they lived
art.
it. It was like real, it was like
performance
a real,
art.
yeah, they weren't, but it was like they went backstage. You didn't need to do it. You could have sat there and just ate a meal, but they didn't. They were backstage doing the stuff.
Continuing to do it,
Because it seems like they were about that life.
So weird.
It is weird.
Because it's like, but did they ever...
Like, it seemed authentic. Like, I'm like, this
wake
guy...
up, put on slippers, and cook themselves some eggs?
I don't think that was... No.
You know, like,
no.
They
That's
watch
not a thing.
the news?
No, I would watch these videos that this guy Keith would give
Is there
me.
any normalcy?
I remember asking Keith, I'm like, so these guys are like this all the time? He's like, yeah, I've been with them. They're like that all the... It's not a bit. They're wild. They're literally punk rock wild animals.
But they eat, like, McDonald's.
But they also do, like, they'll be walking down the street, and then they'll see, like a newspaper stand. They just push it over, like, hey, like, I would never think to be that just dissatisfied with
Always
everything
let
in
the
the world.
intrusive thoughts win.
But they had it together enough to have a book a performance and go to a bar.
Though. Have you seen it? Have you heard any
you know
of the music?
But there's some sort of organization involved.
All I can call it is art because none of it's good music. None of them know how to play their instruments. None of the lyrics mean anything. It's his only...
Play a GG Allin song.
I can't. I don't even know if I can.
They're just screaming.
You won't even know what he's saying, but it's not even good.
It's just like a censored GG Allin.
Yeah, let's see what we got here. He is on Spotify if anybody wants some. Here's a little...
What genre of music would
punk.
it be?
It's punk rock.
1, 2, 3, 4. Not so fast. Let's let it keep going. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There you go.
Okay.
I mean, I could do it in an afternoon. I could do it in an
that?
afternoon. It's so bad. I could do it in a straight afternoon. I could record it on a little boombox and make it sound better.
But what I'm saying is that's something. Like they had to at least practice that a couple times, and then.
Well, I mean, they practiced. It sounded like they practiced it right before they played it.
Did
Did you hear that?
He didn't even
Did
start
you hear
correctly.
that? The guy said,
He showed up.
He goes, not so fast. Leave that in. Leave that in.
No,
Didn't even edit out the bad
what I'm saying, it can't be 100% doo-doo time. You know what I'm saying? Like there has to be some where you get up, you're driving to a place to record something, you're driving to the venue.
It was the spirit, right? Isn't that where everybody roots for these type of punk rock artists, right? It's the spirit of the music. It's not really, you're not listening to that and going, holy smokes, he's laying it down on the guitar. It's that freedom of being
anarchy.
Yeah,
it's all over the place.
Yeah, it's art.
No, I understand that it's their art and they're doing something that people want to see and it's so absurd. And like what I'm saying is that you couldn't be always totally crazy. Like he managed to do these X amount of things where like going to perform. Like
I think that was Merle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah,
like
the
more
I showed up to make sure they get to the places.
But sometimes I don't think he would show up, and sometimes he'd be drunk, and sometimes the whole but you were paying for that. So, like, you would pay your $7 and you show up, and this guy starts pooping everywhere, and then he
Yeah,
cancels the end of the show, and you're like, yes, he did it.
Yeah.
Because
No,
you
I know.
At least showed up,
Yeah, you wanted that experience. Or, like, you buy a $7 ticket, you show up, he cuts himself, has to go to the hospital, and he only sang 3 songs, and you're like, it's the best ever.
Yes. No, I understand that, but it's what I'm fascinated with is who this person was, and if there was any
I don't know if we'll ever
day-to-day, like, this person kept,
peek behind the curtain.
or just like, did he go watch a movie one time?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, there was.
Like,
there was.
Did he rent Blockbuster Video?
In some of those videos, going on, some of the videos that Keith would send me, you would watch, and there was that. There was elements of, like, where the guys just, like, talking about, like, their day, and it just felt weird.
Like,
he's always wearing, like, a military helmet or a Nazi belt or combat boots or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's weird.
But if someone bailed him out of jail or whatever, like, he'd go to jail, then get out of jail.
Yeah,
and
his
like,
brother would get him out.
He'd have to go to his court dates because if not, he'd still be in jail. You know what I'm saying? So you'd have to go, and there's some sort of normalcy, and that's what I want to know.
Doesn't sound hectic at all.
No, it is.
Like, he probably has a lot of First Amendment, like, cases that he's had to fight, and he probably had a lot of, like, people that helped him with that.
Yeah, it's just like, to me, is like, who was this guy, and how did he even get famous? Like, at the time, it just started with one crazy show, and then the word spreads.
I think so.
And then, like, that is the story. Someone probably do a documentary about it?
Yeah,
sure.
I think there's a few of them, but I don't. And then I remember, like, the funeral was epic because
people still go to his grave and do the whole thing.
But his funeral was epic because they stood him up in his coffin and they were pouring whiskey on top of him, and then, like, pouring beer in his head and, like, defecating in the casket. Like, it was just like, what? They're just like, all of his friends are like, this is what he would want. We got to go crazy. We got to do it his style. They're, like, stomping in the casket.
Is there a video of that? Like, that should be in the documentary.
There's photos of it. Yeah, there are photos of GG.
Yeah, but
God.
I mean, this is the 90s, so someone had
a Polaroid camera for sure.
Like a shoulder mount or like a small...
It's pre-GoPro, so...
Yeah, no, this was at a time when you would have wanted...
I mean, someone had to have thought to videotape it. Like, this is the craziest thing.
No, I don't think they did.
No?
Hold on. I got the whole ChatGPT's giving me the rundown of what happened that day.
Oh, man.
Okay, here we go.
It's bullet points and everything.
Yeah, it's gathering all the
GG Allin's funeral in 1993 was as chaotic and controversial as his life. After his overdose death, his family and friends held a service that reflected his unconventional lifestyle and anti-establishment persona. Here are the key details. 1. Open casket and outrageous attire. GG's body was placed in an open casket, dressed in his usual leather jacket and jockstrap. He was unwashed, with dried blood and filth from his final days. Oof. Attendees later reported that his body was decaying and heavily odoriferous, but this was kept as he had requested not to be cleaned up post-mortem. 2. Audience and atmosphere. Close friends, family, and fans attended the funeral, some as inebriated and unruly as GG was known to be. Many friends and fans took photos with his body in the casket, showing a lack of typical funeral solemnity and more of an event vibe. His fans even took this opportunity to scrawl messages on his body in marker.
That's cool.
3. Gravesite and lack of formality. GG Allin's burial was also non-traditional. He was laid to rest in St. Rose Cemetery in Littleton, New Hampshire. There were no formal rites or ceremonies, aligning with his anarchic approach to life.
So they, like, took photos with him, they wrote their name on his body, and then he just pushed him in a hole. That's pretty cool.
Oh my God.
Now, you do have to buy a plot and the headstone, and that is expensive.
That was Merle. Merle was
yeah. I mean, have you ever priced those things out? It's insanely expensive.
Yeah.
So someone was, he's not that anti-establishment. He paid for the funeral plot, like you saw the go through. They had a funeral at some sort of venue.
But we've talked to Don Price. I wonder if it was a city limits thing. Like, if you live within the city, like, I can be buried at Greenwood, but it's not that. I don't even think it's that expensive for Greenwood.
No, well, there are certain rules you have to follow with a corpse. Like, that's why that documentary, I forgot what it was, about those people that were bringing around the person that they thought was their god, her corpse. It was it was a mother god or whatever. Anyway, so, like, you
that lady was nuts.
Be charged with some crime if you don't report someone's death or, like, mishandle their corpse or don't go through, because I think anywhere in the United States has some sort of policy.
Yeah.
You can just like.
I mean,
take it around.
People get that when they like freak out. Well, people do that when they go, and this happens a lot where they like go and they find that their like grandma or grandpa died in the house, and then they kind of freak out, so they move the body, or they don't tell anybody immediately because they just like they're weird.
Yeah.
And then they get in trouble for like moving a body or something. It's like you're supposed to immediately call the the authorities.
I like it when it's an obvious lie. I found my wife and then I buried her and washed everything and hid all trace of it, but it wasn't me. I just freaked out. You're like, whoa.
That does happen.
You're like, you freaked out and you washed everything.
I freaked out and did everything a murderer would do.
Like, why did you do everything?
I have a tendency to freak out and clean when I'm nervous, and I clean my fingerprints off.
So your response was to do everything a guilty murderer would do.
Yeah.
And that's how you reacted? Anyway.
Burned all the clothes.
You want to do some emails?
Well, we can go to
take
lunch,
a little break?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with more corporate time. I don't want to go too far into...
Good call. All right, so that is Tuesday 3.
Yeah. And then we'll just come back and do the BDM show if you're cool with hanging out.
Sure.
Awesome, man.
I'm just going to eat my salad real quick.
Yeah, I'm going to walk across the street and get something to eat.
I'm going to run to Publix and use the bathroom.
I'll walk with you. Guys, we'll be back in a bit on